Hello everyone and welcome back to the NodeJS course. Let's take a look at post request. First of all, alright then, so imagine if you're a user on this website and you want to add a new blog, then I'm guessing you would go to new blog here and add in a lot of junk and then you click submit. Let me type something. Okay. To add this new exciting blog to the website. Now at this point we need to fire a post request to the server with all of this data included in the post request. Then on the server we can handle that post request. We can take all of that data, create a new instance of a blog document using the blog model we created, add this data to that instance and then save that document to the database. So that's the sequence of events that needs to occur. So the first thing we need to do is send a post request from this web form when we click on submit. Now there's a couple of ways we can do that. We can do that using the fetch API or some other asynchronous library from JavaScript, or we can do it directly from the web form itself. So we are going to do it from the web form itself. And to do that we need to open our create view. And all we need to do is add a couple of things right here. Now the first thing that we have to do is define the path for this submit button. When user click that one, the path will be that. So we have to go ahead and say action attribute here, and it is equals. Now inside double quotations we have to say the path as, let's say, blocks. Now when user click the submit button, we have to define what is that method is. Here we have to use method attribute name, then the value will be post. Okay, finally let's add name attribute for these input and the text area. I'm going to go ahead and type name equals, and then the name will be, in this case I can say title, and for this snippet I can go ahead and say name equals inside double quotations, that is snippet. Alright, now the final one here I can say name equals, that is body. Alright, now everything is ready in our view. I can go ahead and type node1 app in terminal to run this project. Now I'm going to go ahead and open my browser and click refresh here. Now when we click submit, now it says every field is required. I can say hi, something like this. Now press submit. Now you can see we are in the blocks path, right? Now all we have to do is, in our Express app we are going to create a new middleware for the post request. Okay, now below I can go ahead and say app.post. Now in this case we are using .post instead of .get because this is a post method, right? It is asking for post request. Alright, now as the parameter, the first one will be the path. I can say / blocks because we are defining the blocks here as the action. Then as the second one I can go ahead and create the callback function, and this will include the request and the response object. Now another thing to do to get these values to the code, we have to add the new middleware that's available in Express. In the top I'm going to add that middleware, say app.use. Here as the parameter we can go ahead and say express.url encoded. Now parentheses, inside parentheses we can pass in an object like this as key extended, and the value is true, but this is optional. You can really skip this, right? Okay, now I'm going to go back to my post method. Okay, here there's a mistake by me. We have to say ending angle bracket after the equals because this is a callback function. Now we just added a middleware called URL encoded that allow us to receive data from our form, that means input field this one, and the text area to the request body. We can access that property. Now we can go ahead and say console.log to see what is that. Now inside that I can say request.body. Now this property will output the object with this data, right? Now I'm going to go ahead and show you. In the browser, I'm going to add a new block, title, and the snippet body. Click submit. Now in the Visual Studio Code terminal output, we can see an object like this. This is exactly matching with our model that we created earlier in our previous lessons. Here we have our title, snippet, body. That means we can easily put this data into our database. To go ahead, we can open our Express app. Instead of console.log, I'm going to go ahead and create an instance of our model, which is we are exporting here, right, in our model. Now we are importing that here to block constructor. Then I'm going to go ahead and say const block equals to new block. Now parentheses, inside parentheses we have to put a object similar to this case, right? Actually that's matching with the object that we want. Then we can easily say request.body. Okay, that is it. Now we have to say block.save, right? Now then parentheses, after that we have to tag on then method, because this method is asynchronous. That means it will take some time. Then inside parentheses we have to create the callback function equals ending angle bracket and then curly braces like this. Now inside that parenthesis of the callback function we can say result for future use, right? Now data is saved in the database. Then we can redirect user to home page. Now in our case we are redirecting home page to block page. Then we can say response.redirect, and then as the parameter we have to pass in the path. Now the path will be blocks. Okay, that is it. Now we have to tag on the catch method. Now this catch method will include the callback function. Now inside parentheses of that function we can say err for future use. Now we can output console.log the error. Okay, that is it. And I'm going to go ahead and open my browser and see whether it is working. Now I'm going to put the title new, snippet new, and the body new. Now click submit. Now we are in the home page. That means we've been redirected. Also finally we can see our awesome block here. Alright, another thing to note, let me quickly comment this code and then say console.log our request.body. All I'm going to do is I'm going to commit my middleware that I added here, this one, and show you what's happening. In browser I'm going to add a new block and then provide the title, snippet, body. Now we can see output as undefined because we have to use this middleware available in Express. Alright, that is it for this video. We will see in the next video. Thank you.